Hello, everyone. A pillow here. Let's just go ahead and hop into it. We all know about Ben Shapiro, a very popular person, yeah. But have we seen Ben Shapiro's doppelganger, Brett Cooper? Brett Cooper is a Daily Wire host, the Daily Wire being Ben Shapiro's little media group. And she looks very shockingly like Ben Shapiro, okay? But she has one key difference, and that is, while Ben Shapiro appeals to like the more millennial, to like older audiences, our kind friend Brett Cooper here targets the Zoomers. And we can see that here in this video title, which I'm going to highlight now. Gen Z finally makes a good call. In this video, she's going to be talking about Gen Z moving towards dumb phones. And I haven't seen this video yet, but knowing her general political bent being on the Daily Wire, I'm assuming she's probably going to say some dumb crap. I've seen her content before. She said some dumb crap before. So we're just going to hop into it like this, you know? So, going in blind as a bat, and we will see what this is about, okay? So, let's get it.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. I think we all know this, but Gen Z is the subject of so many conversations today, both good and bad. People don't understand us. They're so confused by this weird digital-aged Gen Z. Conservatives fear our voting power. We're chronically online and very loud. And statistically, we are very...
She isn't sped up. This is just like the speech she talks. She's literally just a Ben Shapiro clone. This is insane.
Very mentally ill, which people also like to talk about a lot, and we like to talk about a lot.
All right, I get it!
But I'd say the Gen Z has a lot of self-awareness, and there have been a few things that I've seen that have surprised me about my generation, but maybe they shouldn't surprise me. And today we're going to talk about that. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a...
Thank you, Brett Cooper, for advertising that to my channel. Everyone make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon down below, and comment what you want me to cover. I'm covering Brett Cooper because someone suggested that I cover more content creators of this nature, because I rarely do. So, if you comment what you want me to talk about, I'll probably do it like I'm doing right now. See? We can't agree on one thing. We do appreciate when people watch and comment on our content, so do that.
The comment section or off the blog episode. Okay, so like I mentioned, it's no secret that Gen Z suffers mentally. We are the most mentally ill generation on record. Literally, I have a couple of articles pulled, but I think you guys know this by now. Survey: 42% of Gen Z diagnosed with a mental health condition. Gen Z reported the most mental health problems.
I do like how they are doing the typical Daily Wire kind of thing, where they just pop up an article really quickly on the screen. They don't even show what org it's from. I wonder. I popped down chat so that y'all could see. I wonder if I come down here. Yeah, no, we just get Twitter links, Instagram, the Brett Cooper collection. No source. No source at all. Source. I don't need a source to prove that the sky's blue. She's doing it. She's doing it. Hello, Sai and Adi. I hope you are having a lovely day. Let's get back into it.
And, you know, whether that is real, and those are real diagnoses, or whether that is a product of social contagion because being sick and being a victim is trendy is a whole other...
We can get into social contagion theory
conversation, which we can have a different day. But Gen Z at least knows that they are unwell. They admit that they have a problem, and at least some of us are working on that.
Oh man, pretty goddamn far from okay.
At the beginning of the year, it was reported that Gen Z's #1 resolution for 2023 was working on their mental health. Here's the Hill article about that. It says, Gen Z ranks improving mental health as a top New Year's resolution.
Which is a very good thing. The fact that Gen Z, my generation, is a generation that does care about our mental health and cares about improving our mental health and is able to recognize when our mental health is suffering, that is a good thing. It is a good thing to know when you are not feeling well mentally, when you aren't doing too hot, and being able to go, okay, I want to work on that. That is a good thing. That is a good development.
Which, to be honest, when I read that back in December or whenever it was, it kind of surprised me because Gen Z is so hell-bent on being victims. And I still worry about the solution that we are fed for mental health struggles, like solutions that revolve around affirming care and teaching others to deal with your mental health.
What does she mean by affirming care? I think we're gonna get into this. Ooh, this is gonna be a spicy meatball. This is gonna be a spicy meatball. She talks fast, but the fast talking only hides a bunch of the bull crap she's saying, so.
Rather than actually fixing it yourself and becoming an activist. And yes, those are actual solutions. Like, rather than working on ourselves, we're trying to convince HR departments and huge corporations to prepare themselves for the mentally ill Gen Z. Like, Gen Z cites the environment and the environmental crisis and climate change being one of our biggest mental health stressors. And experts respond to that, not by saying, hey, let's work on that, but by saying, yes, go be an activist. Go make them change the...
Hey, Brett. You do know that being an activist, fighting against the negative aspects of our society which affect the climate crisis in a negative way can alleviate stressors associated with that. It's almost like, get this, it's almost like when you alleviate a crisis, the stressors related to that crisis also go away. You get rid of the issue, and the stressors around the issue disappear. Hey, your car has a popped tire. Oh no, I'm so stressed out about my popped car tire. I got it replaced. I'm no longer stressed about the car tire. Can y'all imagine that? Wow! That is some calculus right there. That is some complex math. Wow! I think I cracked the code. I have to write a book around that. What? No? Yeah, Audrey. I can't believe it either. Wow.
Stick it to the man. Like, no, go outside, touch grass, work on yourself. We don't all need to be activists right now. Still,
you can't touch grass if it's all underwater. I don't know what to tell you.
Like I said, it is
it's the same Aquaman thing. Whose grass am I going to be touching? Aquaman's lawn? Like, come on now, be serious. I live in a coastal state. Come on.
The Gen Z at least knows that they have problems. But another big contributor to our mental health struggles is our screen time and our social media usage, which comes as a...
I can agree. That is actually true. That's not a lie.
Surprise to literally no one. So it shocked me when I saw this tweet yesterday, which sparked this whole episode. Unusual Whales tweeted this and he said, flip phones without internet access are on the rise in the US as Gen Z looks to limit screen time per CNBC. Like, does Gen Z...
I would like to see that article. The per CNBC, just like, yes, I'm gonna tweet this and I'm gonna put down per CNBC. But I would like to see that article. Not because I disagree with that, the philosophy behind that. I actually think that's really interesting, and I think that can be really positive. One thing I've done in my personal life is I have taken my social medias and I've effectively made 2 accounts. I've made this account, the one that I'm more active socially, politically on, and then I have a private, personal account, one where I don't even really have like my friends interacting on it, and like my IRL friends interacting on it. It's just for me, and that's where I follow things such as news around media I like, artists I like, etc. And that helps me, de-stress. That's also the reason why I haven't been as active on my main Twitter account that the public sees because I bet on the separate one. And let me tell you, the mental health has been immaculate since I did that. And I suggest y'all do that, unironically. So, but I'm pretty sure Brett is going to take a good, nice political bent to this. So we're going to see what she has to say about it.
Suddenly get it?
Am I finally getting through?
This could have positive effects everywhere, from getting off of TikTok and changing our voting habits to becoming mentally well. I don't know. The comments were...
Wait, was that her video
Fantastic.
or was that me? Was that my internet that just...
This could
just
have
burst out?
positive effects everywhere, from getting off of TikTok and changing our voting habits to becoming mentally well. I don't know.
Okay, that was my internet. That was weird.
Comments were
Bad.
fantastic. Somebody said Gen Z can't afford the new iPhone 22 with an unlimited data plan. Have you seen the new Chipotle prices? Like, maybe it's not because we want to limit screen time. Maybe it's just because we can't afford it. Pluto said, we all just miss our Razer Motorola's, TBH. Another person said, I've just regained a little...
If you had a Razer Motorola, you're not Gen Z. You're just a late millennial. I'm sorry. I am solidly like middle of the line, mid-years Gen Z. My first phone was a smartphone. My sister, my older sister, who's also a Gen Zer, a Zoomer, an older Zoomer, her first phone was a smartphone. Granted, it was like not a powerful smartphone, but it was a smartphone nonetheless. It was one of those little, like, not Dollar Tree phones, but like kind of one of those beater phones, you know? So, it is what it is, once again.
Faith saying, but it's actually very, very funny, guys, because literally last week I texted my friend Madison a link to a flip phone on Amazon, and I said I wanted to buy it. I have the screenshot for evidence, and I just wrote tempted. And the week prior, she had been on eBay looking at Blackberries, because she was like, I just want a phone on the weekend, like I can check my email, I can text, but I don't have to be on Instagram or anything like that. Both of us are interested in this. Like, I'm apparently just another cliche, because this is all real. This is the article cited in that tweet. Dumb phones are on the rise in the US as Gen Z looks to limit screen time. Dumb phones are just another word for flip phones these days. But the article says, in the US, feature flip phone sales were up in 2022 for HMD Global, with tens of thousands sold each month. At the same time, HMD Global's feature phone sales were down, according to the company. In 2022, almost 80% of feature phone sales in 2022 came from the Middle East, Africa, and India, according to Counterpoint Research. But some see that number shifting, as a contingency of young people in the US revert back to dumb or minimalist phones. And it's becoming...
The memes... Listen, I get that Brett Cooper is like a psyop to try to get Zoomers to be more conservative, because they realized that that whole myth that like Zoomers were going to be more conservative is like completely false, and we're actually one of the most progressive generations in history. But like the memes are, this is like whenever I'm a high school senior, this is like watching a presentation and seeing my teacher pull up like old like impact font memes thinking that they're funny, like shit that was made in 2012, and it's just like, please stop, please. Also, this isn't a vape, this is a holder for pencil lead. That's what it is. Before someone gets on me, it's reflected, but you can literally see the 0.7. It's just a nice little fidget. Anyways, back into it. Headphones are tangled. Dummy headphones. I got my first phone in middle school, but that's just because I took the bus home and my parents wanted to make sure I didn't like get kidnapped and die.
trendy. Like, celebrities are in on it too. Here's an article that was citing a bunch of this. I'm team flip phone revolution. Singer Camila Cabello tweeted on Thursday, posing with the TLC flip phone vintage. Maybe I can write the theme song. Actress Dove Cameron, who rose to fame on the Disney Channel's Liv and Maddie show, said in a November interview that she had switched to a flip phone. Spending too much time on her phone and looking at social media is really bad for me, she said. I found a little 90s matrixy flip phone. I got a separate number for it, so it's really cheap and I think probably really shitty. And then this TikTok from a college student from a while ago has over 15 million views. We're gonna watch this. This is about her flip phone.
Why my friends and I only take our flip phones out. We don't take our regular phones out anymore because I was like the paparazzi, because we really.
And there's a larger paradox that I'm going to talk about in here. Hello, Gracie Gal. Welcome.
realize that every single problem that we have on a night out, everything that leads to us crying, everything that leads to us having a bad hookup, everything that leads to us having a bad time stems from our phone while we're out. Like, it eliminates all of the bad things about college and brings all of the good things about a phone, which is like connecting with people and taking photos and videos. Like, the photos and videos on this are fire. And
Listen, anyone who's taken a photo with a recent flip phone knows that, like, the only thing that's fire about the photos and videos is the fact that they need to be cast into a fire. Like, I'm not a big video person in terms of, like, well, I'm doing this. I'm not a big taking photos and videos person in my personal life. Like, I don't care about camera quality, but, like, my one standard is, like, look decent. Flip phones ain't it. When it comes to that, flip phones are not it.
Oh god.
I love just calling people when I'm out. The dream is we're all getting flip phones, right? We're all getting flip phones.
This is so chaotic.
And in our flip phones, we only have each other's flip phone numbers. And so then we like call each other's flip phones when we're out. Like, that's fire. That's literally fire. It's so much fun. Highly recommend. Literally everyone needs a flip phone in their life. Make the switch. Your phone.
I don't know why Brett is. Oh God, I didn't have her up. I'm just gonna zoom it back. But like notice Brett will like occasionally just put on like this very obviously fake laugh, and it's just like, it's unsettling. It's like a robot going like, person in video laughing must laugh in response. It's weird. It's weird. Just notice
God.
it.
I love just calling
Just
people when
notice
I'm
it.
out. The dream is we're all getting flip phones, right? We're all getting flip phones.
This
and
is
we
so
only take
chaotic.
them. And in our flip phones, we only have each other's flip phone numbers. And so then we like call each other's flip phones when we're out. Like, that's fire. That's literally fire. It's so much fun.
I don't get the humor. It's like, what's chaotic? It's boring. Have I covered Lavash Manifesto? I have not. We will be getting to that later. I've not covered it yet. We just started 30 minutes ago.
Highly recommend. Literally everyone needs a flip phone in their life. Make the switch. Your phone.
But
It's
Jenna,
fire,
Brett
everybody.
is
It's
just
so
like
fire.
laughing.
Oh my god, this is so much fun. Okay, first of all,
Just
just to address
laughing.
the elephant in the room, I think self-awareness and self-control could also help this girl fix her life and the decisions that she's making on a night out. I don't think it's the phone's problem. I think that she just is in a good place mentally and doesn't have those problems. But anyway, I'm glad she is at least finding something that works and that she is reconnecting to her friends verbally rather than just over text. It's very exciting. So good for you. But speaking of going out, actually, flip phones are not the only change the Gen Z is making. Gen Z is also becoming the most sober generation, which is wild. Like, you would not
is
think
good.
that by a long shot. But here's a headline: who is the most sober generation? Gen Z. And I am also a cliche here. What I have learned in putting together this episode is I am every basic bitch in Gen Z. 100%.
You're a basic bitch.
There is nothing new or exciting about
I
me,
didn't know they
apparently.
let her
Like, on my
cuss.
live stream this past Monday for All Access Live, I talked at length about how I've really limited my drinking since turning 21, which is backwards. I know. I understand.
I commend her. I commend her. I'm not a personal fan of alcohol either. That's good.
With me. I don't like the drinking culture in Nashville. They call it Nash Vegas for a reason. I don't like that basically every event and outing in this city revolves around drinking and going to bars and going to Broadway and all that stuff. But most importantly, I don't like how I feel coming down from alcohol. Even if I have just had a drink or two, because I've tried to, very much limit it, and I still feel gross. I get really anxious, I get really panicky, I'm moodier, I'm not me. And I don't know if that was also the case in college and I just ignored it or didn't care or was too busy and crazed that I didn't notice it, but either way, I hate the feeling. And I said on that live stream that moving forward, I want to prioritize finding events and things to do in Nashville that do not involve alcohol. Because
Fair.
being the one person that's not drinking when you're out at a fun dinner or out at a bar, it gets really old really fast, and I miss doing the things that I used to do before I aged into this drinking category. And I know that that stuff is out there. I just really haven't made an effort to go do it in a while, like since my social life kind of got a little bigger in Nashville. I just haven't prioritized that, and I want to make sure that I am doing that. So again, I'm a cliche. Like, Gen Z is very sober curious. That's what we're calling it now. You go out to bars, you go out to restaurants, they all...
That term makes me want to drink. Sober. Just say that we aren't interested. Like we don't want to drink alcohol. Just say that. Sober curious. That's lame. God. Also, this is a perfect frame. Let me real quick. Can I? It's in this window. That's gonna be a thumbnail shot.
have mocktails, which is great. I'm definitely ordering them, but here's some stats about all of this. Moving on from the anecdote, the decline in youth drinking, according to experts, is remarkable and widespread in the most high-income European countries, as well as the US, Australia, and New Zealand. During lockdown, Gen Z Australians were the most likely to have decreased their alcohol consumption, with 44% reporting that they were drinking less, more than double the rate for any generation. Rates of binge drinking among New Zealand's young people have also dropped by more than half between 2001 and 2012, and have continued to drop since. I don't know why the rest of my generation is doing this, but if they're like me, they're doing it because they care about their mental and physical health. There was actually a study that came out today that reviewed all of the past studies about alcohol, and basically refuted all of the claims that there is any positive health benefit to it all. Like the red wine for your heart, a little bit here, like they've just said, no, it's really not good. It is a drug. So again, physical and mental health.
I'm a pretty cool dude, and that's just the facts.
And these are things
JonTron.
that we should celebrate Gen Z for. Like, I know we get a bad rap about so much, but this is very cool. Yes, my generation is angry and passionate and often very misguided about politics and culture, and usually due to their outrage, but I do believe that they care.
Oh, our generation is so misguided due to our politics and our culture. We'll get into this later.
I do believe that they are trying to do the right thing and that they know things aren't right, whether in their own body or in society, in the world, even if some of that anger and frustration and their solutions can be misguided. And with everything I've discussed today, I think that all of this is stuff that we should be cheering Gen Z on for doing. Like, this is awesome. So I'm excited to be able to end the week on a positive note.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the comment section.
I did not. Okay. Okay, kiddos. Let's get into this. I find it swimmingly hilarious that Brett Cooper had to, like, feign interest in this. Not like, hey, everyone should do this, but, like, feign interest in doing this due to the fact that her grift wholly relies on Gen Z being on the internet. It's also important to note that a lot of flip phones, listen, I'm really into tech, I am a tech nerd, and I can tell you, a lot of flip phones nowadays can access the internet. They can access social media sites like Twitter, like Instagram. That's why you see a lot of people owning flip phones. Like, not like Galaxy Z flips, I think they're called. I have a fold, so if you ever want us to flip. But it's because, it's because if she were to actually get people to, you know, get flip phones, they might go, you know, they might not watch her content. Let's get back into it. So, the thing about this is that Brett entirely relies on her audience to be online, so she has to signal at people to, like, not entirely leave social media, but just kind of go like, oh, this is a positive direction that Gen Z is moving in. Very fun, very lovely, very fun. This is a good direction Gen Z is moving in. And she can't be 100% honest with what she wants. And you even saw her taking, like, small pot shots. So, like, earlier on in the video, she mentioned, like, affirming care. Not talking about what that meant, but anyone who's watching this channel knows that she was talking about gender affirming care. You also had her kind of saying, oh, Gen Z knows that there's a lot wrong, and they often direct it at a wrong area, but they have it right in their heart. Like, she is very clearly trying to get Gen Z to move in a more conservative direction. And it's pretty disgusting. It's pretty nasty. And it's also kind of funny. Because she's uncharismatic, most people aren't necessarily going to like her content, especially the way that she comes off. She's more so just a stepping stone for people to fall deeper.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper.
She's more so just a way for people to fall deeper into this content structure, and you see this in her videos, like Gen Z's dumb phone stuff. Ooh, did Hollywood just make a fun Barbie movie? And then NHL is ditching Pride Night? What? Like, it's like two kind of normal videos where she does let her political bent kind of get in the background, and then you have one that's more explicit. You have one that, ooh, like she's literally praising Gen Z here, and then she's saying, oh, Gen Z is too soft for Friends. Friends is too problematic, which no one is saying. No one is saying. You have these two, which are definitely going to be politically bent right here. And then you have this one where she's outright lying about this person who, like, I remember when this went down, this person was, you know, trying to cope with the fact that they had contracted AIDS, and was like going like, hey, it's a good thing that this is like no longer a bad thing. It's disgusting. The fact of the matter is, Brett Cooper is a grifter trying to get into the minds of people in Gen Z, and is trying to basically leverage the fact that she is a Gen Zer in order to basically get more people attracted to her content and get more people watching her. And I think that's kind of disgusting. I think that's very disgusting, actually. A kind of grift. But at the same time, I know my generation, Generation Z, you know, the true Zoomers are smart and aren't going to fall for this kind of content. The only people falling for this, I'm going to be 100% honest, are going to be like younger kids. I guarantee you. Because that's why she was including memes. That's why she was doing that and that and that. Because Zoomers can tell when we're being pandered to after a certain age. A lot of the things that she was doing, very clearly pandering, very clearly edited by like some 40-year-old who doesn't know what Gen Z is actually about and actually doing. The only difference is someone my age, bit of an older Zoomer, is going to know what's going on. And like going to realize that we're being pandered to, whereas someone who's 12 or 14, a younger Zoomer, may not know. And I think that's weird, and I think that's disgusting, and I don't want the right grooming our middle schoolers. I think it's a little disgusting. Stop grooming the kids. Stop grooming the kids, Brett. It's weird. Stop it. With that being said, though, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. YouTube words. Comment what you want me to cover down below. I did this segment because someone commented what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to react to more stuff like this, and so I did it. So if you comment what you want me to cover, I'll do it. With that being said, I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.